Hello everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Shangri-La Frontier episode 35, in which Sanaraku will finish fighting the something golem, the one in the ruin area that is the speedrunning target, and will probably meet up with Tiger Zero, with Ray. Because that's where he's going, after all, right? So that's probably what he's gonna do. We'll see that, of course. What happened in the previous episode? Well, Sanraku learned about Akitsu Akane, the new player who gained access to Rabituza. We don't know the details, right? We don't know if she's part of the same exact unique scenario that Sanraku is a part of. We don't know if she got the same quests that he did. We don't know what being chosen by Zigwurm entails, right? Because seemingly she didn't get any downsides, any sort of a curse thing the way Lycagon gave to Sanraku, so we don't know that. But Sanraku is, of course, terrified of that because he wanted to be the only one who knows the Vorpal Epic, and he wanted to be the first one to complete it, but now there's someone else who might complete it before him. So that adds a nice bit of urgency to the whole Vorpal Epic quest, which is cool. We still don't know where Vash is, though, so that kind of makes the whole Vorpal Epic thing a little bit harder to achieve, doesn't it? What else? Right, Sanraku needs to go... he got weapons from B, the fist weapons. As it turns out, though, they require a whole bunch of strength, whole bunch of tech, and a whole bunch of vitality most of all. Sanraku invested some of his points that he got from being at level cap into strength, some into tech, but vitality requires a fair bit more. Now, thankfully, he has the helmet that gives him a bunch of vitality, but it's kind of a stopgap solution, right? Having to use the helmet together with the gauntlets, it's limiting, for sure. Anything else about those weapons? Not really. Then, he decided to go... Well, decided. He's going to meet up with Rust and Mold in Fifticia, so he needs to go there. Right now he's in Eighthold, I believe is the name of the city, something with 8 in it. So it's quite a bit of a trek. Basically, the path traveled from the start of the game to Eighthold is around the same as from Eighthold to Fifticia. So again, quite a bit. He learned that he's not going to be able to do everything himself, that he's going to need help. And the only person that he can get help from turns out to be Tiger Zero, because everybody else would want something from him, right? Meanwhile, Ray would gladly go with him just for the sake of going with him. So he sent a message, and she did indeed agree to help him, but they're gonna meet in in the 11th city, 11th borough, or whatever it's called. And on the way there from 8th hold, he decided to fight a boss that was kind of hard early on, and people kind of tried to avoid it, but then they discovered the weak spot, and it turns out it's not that hard to reach, and the boss became an object of speedrunning. Current record is a minute. Sanraku is trying to do it under a minute. He already took his sweet time well over a minute, so the record is not going to be beat. It's probably going to be beat. It's just his internal monologue that takes a lot of time. And yeah, he equipped the fists, he equipped the helmet, and he's gonna start pummeling the boss and maybe get something. And then he's gonna make it to Eleventia. Eleventia, yeah, that was the name of the city. Meet up with Ray, and then go together to Fifticia. That's the plan, at least. What's gonna happen exactly? We don't know. He might get contacted by Emul, because he left Emul behind so that she can meet up with with Akitsu Akane and notify Sanraku if she's here because Sanraku wants to talk to her. So that might be a bit of a diversion. We'll see. We'll see what exactly happens, of course, but to do that, you're gonna need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm gonna have to ask you for support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube down below, or not share my content, spread the word. It costs you nothing and helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 35 of Shangri-La Frontier in 3, 2, 1, go! There we go. Oh. What you up to? Oh. Pencil gone. What kind of scheme are you planning? Because it's plenty obvious she's planning something. Just don't know what. I'm so glad we didn't get the intro telling us what Shangri-La Frontier is. About fucking time. I already mentioned that in the previous episode as a bit of housekeeping. I'm using a new format for recording, hybrid MP4 instead of MKV. I wasn't able to spot any major differences in quality or anything like that, but if you do, then let me know. I get quite a bit of a scare recording episode 34 though, because I played it back to see how it came out with this new format, and I couldn't hear any sound. And then in MKV, I also had the icon of the... can you see it? No. The speaker icon with an exclamation mark. Holy shit. There was no soundtrack. There was. The exclamation mark was because I cranked the volume beyond 100% and I couldn't hear anything on the speakers because I had my headphones connected. Certainly looks flashy. His mouth really looks wrong. The fact that it is visible. Can't you recast it? Or does it have a cooldown? Some additional ability. Gun. Firing up! Oh, that's cool. And I guess you can use it to climb. Yep. The English. That's a cool ability, though. I gotta say. Oh, I thought he lost the crystal on his... Yeah, he did lose the crystal on his left arm. Gotta do the ora ora. Gotta avoid the debris, though. Huh? Is this supposed to happen? Oh, it's the death effect. I thought it's glitching out or something. Yeah. Nice. Is there a leaderboard? Safe assumption. How are you gonna get the crystal back? Does it just regrow after some time, or do you have to reload it? Or do you need some consumable item? Damn, okay. Yeah, no need for the helmet. You can wear the head. Good. Thank you. Pants are preferable to that helmet. Good. He remains a birdman. Don't get scared, Sanraku. Please don't get scared. No, she just came an hour early. But yeah, you probably could have saved shopping for after meeting her. There's no PvP inside of cities anyway, so... Oh. What do you mean, Rei, by death? You can't just randomly say death like that without context. Not even a san, just straight up into she. Yeah? Power of the Nakama. True. She's gonna demand your firstborn. She's gonna want to have your firstborn, I mean. Okay, so very same area like the previous one. Big swords. Probably big ass robots. Damn, that looks cool. I have a weakness to huge things in the background. Big robots were fighting with big swords, yeah. Yet. That's the keyword here. I think I'm a little too orange. I'm not the president of the United States, so let me fix that. Yeah, it's probably all connected. Bahamut, well, that sounds vaguely like behemoth, and that's basically a synonym for fucking huge. Yeah, seems like a fair assumption. But yeah, don't fuck it up, Sanraku. A girl, perchance. It's dead. Rei is mad, and she needs to let out some steam. uh, uh, more like rivals, that friendly in their rivalry. Amazing. Completely opposite effect. I love this hand. No, like, robot enemies, though, which is interesting because the previous area had the exact same theme, but there was a bunch of, like, rusted robots. This is just a bunch of flesh monsters. Hey, we work great together. Yeah. Yeah, the mark gives him a bunch of buffs. Yeah. Scares weak monsters and stuff. Thank you for highlighting the word uncurse. Okay. Makes sense. Can't you, like, ask for an audience? Or do you have to go, like, PvP? That's the idea, yeah. You can drop the she. You can drop the she. That's gonna get him confused between, yeah, Tiger 0 and Tiger 100. Oh! Bold today, aren't we? Damn, she grew bold. Huh? Oh, their family name is Saiga. Saiga, Saiger, Saigare. I guess he's not much smarter than her, is he? uh, the the video paused for a split second, and it paused again. What's going on? I'm not watching it online. It should not be buffering. I downloaded the video specifically. I download all my anime videos specifically to prevent buffering. Why are you pausing? Ah, fuck. It doesn't happen often, thankfully. But it certainly screwed up the timer here, so sorry for that. It's not a shortcut, is it? Oh. uh... Yeah. The moon is beautiful. Please say it out loud. uh... Uh, is this the area, boss? Pencil gun? Oh, you. What are you doing here? Why are you here? After scheming with pencil gun. Oh. Seems to be the case. World boss or something? Where would you want to fight, though? Oh? Does Pencilgon even know? She does. Yeah, okay, she does. Oh. Okay. Thank you, Pencilgon. Why are you here, though? That's not where Lycagon spawns. Or is it? Yeah? Does Lycagon have multiple spawn locations? It has multiple spawn locations. And today it's spawning here. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. So Sandaku's gonna be able to get a rematch with Lycagon. Cool. So Sandaku not only got lucky fulfilling the requirements to get Lycagon's mark and meet up with Emul, he also was lucky in just meeting Lycagon there. Because Lycagon has multiple spawn locations, and it just so happened to spawn there at that particular time. Actually, Akitsu Akane's face has scars on it, and they are kind of reminiscent of Lycagon's mark. I wonder if those scars are Siegwurm's mark. And maybe they prevent her from wearing a helmet. That's why she's wearing a mask, which is just an accessory, maybe. Doesn't count as a helmet. Maybe. Actually, it's a good enough theory to take note of. Where are you, Shuffler? There it is. That's the episode. So, let us watch it again, shall we? But yeah. Akitsu Akane has Siegwurm's mark on her head, which prevents her from wearing Helmets. Yeah. Safe bet, I'd say. What is Pencilgun scheming? She's scheming something. Giving partial info to SF Zoo. Presumably getting something in return. No idea. I have no clue. Yeah, I have no clue what she's skimming. Yeah, destroying pillar joints. I always enjoy weapons that have like additional skills, additional abilities, additional stuff going for it. I really enjoyed. Was it Blasphemous 2? Yeah, it was Blasphemous 2, a Metroidvania where you also get, like, you pick a weapon at the start, and then as you progress, you can pick other weapons. And each of those weapons, besides being used for combat, also has something like daggers let you teleport between certain spots on the map. The mace sensor thing lets you smack bells that can reveal platforms and stuff like that. That's always cool. And it's cool that his weapon also has that, but I wonder what does it take to restore that crystal. That's a legacy weapon for you. Apparently legacy weapons all have multiple things going for it like that. Bit of an inconsistency though, because here there is the crystal on the left, the blue crystal is back, and here it's not anymore. Burp style, quick draw, fist rush, just aura-aura'd it. And I thought that what required is that you destroy those two pillars, which topples the grinder thing, and reveals a weak spot on the head. That's how I understood it. But apparently it just topples onto the head and it just kills the boss, which is fine. But I really was wondering what the hell is going on here. Is this glitching? Did Sanraku accidentally reveal a second phase? Is this a part of the Vorpal epic or something, and Sanraku having the Mark of Lycagon triggered some unique scenario here, or what's exactly going on here? Is the game breaking? But no. No, he did it under a minute. All legit-like. Elementar. Thank you. Thank you for getting new pants instead of keeping with that helmet. Excavated grind sash. Well, sash, not pants, but still. Still much preferable to wearing the helmet. For sure. Yeah, see, Sanraku cannot equip armor, but he can equip a sash, which, you know, parallels to Akitsu Akane, who cannot equip a helmet but can equip a mask, right? Maybe something thereabouts. I love this bunch of misunderstandings between them. I usually am not a fan of misunderstandings. I'm not a fan of comedy of misunderstandings. I'm not a fan of misunderstandings in romances, because it usually could just be resolved by talking, right? Like, classic example, the girl saw the boy with another girl at a cafe, cue 17 episodes of her being hurt and trying to get back with her ex to show off her new boyfriend and make him jealous and whatnot, only for the big reveal to come. Oh no, it wasn't anybody, like a girl of, like, I was meeting, like, other girl. It was just my cousin. She came to the town and she wanted to talk, to catch up. You never had anything to be, to be jealous of. And you almost destroyed our relationship through your jealousy, but you could have just talked. And it's always shit. I've never seen it executed well. But I somehow enjoy this bunch of misunderstandings between them. Probably because despite everything, they still keep interacting, right? Like, it wouldn't be great if Sanraku got scared by those people talking about Saiger and he got cold feet and decided not to meet with her. That would suck. If he were to decide to be all cordial and cold towards her and limit their interactions, that would suck. But he doesn't. And they're interacting well together, right? We're friends, and, you know, I'm gonna help you because I'm gonna help you. There's a bit of misunderstanding with there's nothing scarier than free, right? What she's gonna require of me if she's helping me for free. But it's fun. It's the fun kind of misunderstanding. I like it. Sierra bears strong remnants of Divinity-era civilization. That was a factory, this is a battlefield with some huge stone hands and stone swords and stone rib cages and everything, which makes me think where those machines of old made of stone and animated somehow, or is it a bunch of like plague covering the metal, like, you know, rain evaporates and leaves minerals behind, like on the bottom of a kettle, right? And they're just covered with a layer of limestone, or I don't know. It looks super fucking cool though. This pierced hand, those huge swords. I really, really, really like this sort of imagery of just huge things being around. Library was apparently created. Find out what exactly happened then. Yeah, makes sense. Monster Hollow. There probably is a connection between the arm and spine. My bet is huge monsters attacked and they needed to be repelled by huge robots. Era of Divinity. Huge monsters had to be fought with huge robots slash golems. Something like that, probably. I like those bits of lore, though. If you wish to know of your roots, of the truth of this world, yeah, destroy all the colossi, all the unique monsters, who are probably remnants of the past, and they can reveal... I like it. I like that. I really like that we actually explore the lore of the game here. I really like it. It's not just a bunch of friends playing and fucking around and fighting bosses and hunting monsters and shit. There is that layer of lore that would make it a really nice fantasy world, really. Right? Like, if you were to make Shangri-La Frontier into an isekai, right? For the sake of argument, there is no... Or they were transported into the game and the game became reality, like in Log Horizon, or they got transported somehow, like in Overlord, into a world that's similar but not the same, or any sort of thing like that, it would still be super cool. Honestly. I like it. Yeah, go beat the unique monsters. Indeed, that is the goal. Wrong word, Sanraku. Wrong words that you're meeting with a girl. Bunch of glazing each other, because of course. Uncurse. Why did they highlight this specific word, I wonder? Also, I wonder if you can actually, like, uncurse parts of your body and leave the rest cursed still. Also, I do like the fact that, yeah, that Sanraku is thinking about removing this curse. He's not 100% sold on it because he recognizes the benefits it gives him. I like it. I like that he's not on a journey to dispel that curse, right? It's not just, you know, the central storyline of the show that Sanraku wants to remove the curse, right? It's not even a main plot line. It's not really even a side plot line. It's just something that he's thinking of maybe doing, maybe not. I like it. In general, I really like how multi-threaded Shangri-La Frontier is, right? We don't have just one goal and we just go forth with that. There's all those, sneaking paths and slithering roads that everybody can take. But yeah, Saiger 100 can handle that. Saiger. It only just dawned on me that their family name is Saiga. Saiga, Saiger. Saiger is probably spelled Saiga, right? Yeah, it's spelled Saiga. It was so fucking obvious. Rei for 0. Is Rei like an existing possible reading of the kanji for 0? It's gotta be, right? Everyone calls her Saiger 0 as Rei. Saiga Rei rings a bell. Gee, I wonder. Now, granted, he's not like close friends with Rei in real life. She's just his classmate or something. She doesn't really even try to interact with him IRL. He's not interacting with her IRL, so I understand why something rings a bell, but doesn't know which church. He doesn't know which church. Yeah. And she got exactly what she wanted. She gets called by her proper name. Rei Saiga. Oh my god. Reishi. And she wants praise so much. Items need a receiver delta, yeah, positioner, transmitter. And she's directionally challenged, alas. Oh, this bit. In this tone of voice, if you're unfamiliar with why Rei has this sort of reaction to it, Natsume Soseki, like, I don't know details of it. I think allegedly used the words "the moon is beautiful tonight" instead of saying "I love you," something like that, right? And essentially the phrase "the moon is beautiful tonight" became whatchamacallit, synonymous to saying "I love you," right? If the words "I love you" just can't go through your throat, you just stand at night with a girl outside in a park and you say "the moon is beautiful tonight," and she knows what you mean. So this was basically a this was basically "I love you," but and not a euphemism for it, but not spoken outwardly. And Rei is getting some treats. Obscure part of the area, and apparently Animalia wants to fight Lycagon by landing 100 or more criticals on Lycagon the Night Slayer. There's more to unlocking the Enix scenario than that. Yeah, there is. Can't quite recall what more there is. Wasn't there like a level limitation or time limitation or something like that? Probably. And there was also the bit where you have to follow the White Rabbit. But of course, people of SF Zoo would do that anyway. So that requirement is kind of already completed in a way. Yeah, we're gonna be able to visit Rabituza whenever. Sure. Interesting that a boss would have multiple spawn points. Yeah, apparently Lycagon can spawn here as well. I wonder if it changes his stats, because it's a much higher level area, so it's safe to assume that the monster would also have a higher level. I wonder if Sanraku is gonna get his revenge on the Lycagon here. I can see it going only one of few ways. Either Sanraku and Rei run and leave SFZoo to fighting Lycagon, or SFZoo gets what they came here for. They land 100 crits on Lycagon and just bail, leaving Sanraku and Rei to fight it. Or it turns into PvPvE, where Sanraku team, SFZoo team are fighting with each other and fighting Lycagon at the same time, like a three-way skirmish. Or they join forces, and Sanraku wants to defeat Lycagon before anybody of SFZoo can score 100 crits. That's also very plausible. Yeah, that would be so like him. To protect the secret, even if it's just an inconsequential part of it, to protect even that, he will do anything he can to defeat Lycagon before they can score 100 crits. I'm actually gonna note it down. Sanraku tries to defeat Lycagon before others can score 100 crits. It would be so much like him. And there we go. We don't get an after credits, we don't get a mini, we just end the episode. Alrighty. This was a fun one. We got to see a new weapon, which is cool. We got to see new armor for Sanraku, which is also cool. That's a thing that's always, well, not always, but very often missing, for me, missing from anime. The lack of visual progression to characters, right? Like, they get certain clothes in episode 1, they get a weapon in episode 1, and they keep them all throughout 4 seasons. Maybe there's a time skip and they are dressed a little bit differently after a time skip, and maybe their weapon is a little bit different after a time skip, but that's about the extent of it, right? That's usually how it goes. So whenever I see an anime where the main character actually uses different weapons, Sanraku uses all those different daggers and even a greatsword, and now he uses the fist weapons, that's so cool. He changes his helmets, now he permanently probably changed his sash, that's so cool. I really, really, really like that. I love that Pencil Gone changed her gear as well. That's such a great touch that she has the lily, Setsuna's lily in her hair. I love it. I really, really do. So this episode was a treat. Seeing him use new weapons, seeing him get new gear, that was super fun. I really like that he's not dead set on removing Lycagon's curse. That's also great. That's also not often seen, to be honest. Shangri-La in general is a very unique anime in that way, where it does things that many other anime do, but just a bit more better. Just a bit more in-depth. Just a bit more, right? And it works. It works so freaking well. I love that we get interactions between Rei and Sanraku. I was waiting for that. I was hoping that they're gonna explore the new expansion together. That would be cool. But hey, I'll take what I can. I will take them traveling together to Fictitia, maybe fighting Lycagon, maybe fighting SFZoo together. That would also be super cool to see. So I really have no qualms about that. I didn't quite expect Sanraku to face Lycagon this early, although we are well into season 2. So is it early? Really? Not so much. I don't think. So maybe it is about time for him to face the Lycagon, which is perfectly fine. I really wonder where it's gonna go. Either he defeats Lycagon, doesn't get the curse taken off, or maybe the curse evolves somehow. That would also be cool, right? Like it evolves into a Vorpal curse or whatever, where it gives him a bunch more stats and a bigger buff, but doesn't go away, and he needs to complete the Vorpal Epic to do something with it, or something like that. Or maybe he is able to uncurse just a part of him, right? Like uncurse his legs, but the curse remains on the rest of his body. That would also be a cool mechanic, right? Which would keep his design the way it is for a little longer, because his design ultimately is half-naked bird head. And if we allow him to start wearing armor, he's no longer gonna be a half-naked bird head. And we can't have that, can we? There is visual progression to characters, and there's changing the visuals of the character altogether, and I don't think they're gonna do the latter. I really don't think they're gonna do the latter. So here's hope that the curse is gonna stick around. Maybe defeating Lycagon is a condition for Vash to return. That would also be interesting. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. We'll see in future episodes, but right now I think that's gonna be it. I don't think I have anything more to say on the topic of this episode, but maybe you do. And if you do, then say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode? My reaction, my theories, stuff like that. No spoilers, please. Spoilers can go to my Discord. If you'd like this video. If you liked it, subscribe to be notified of future videos, not only Shangri-La, but also Dan Mao 2099, Arifureta, plenty others coming in the future. Click the bell to be notified of when those videos go up and when I go live, because I go live sometimes. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube down below, or not. Try my content, spread the word, it costs absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Rainer, Dr. Wood, Akamaster, Marsh, Fassel, and Hans Peter, and you can join them if you want without having to fight Lycagon for the second time.